Good morning, everybody. Oh, good lord, my hair's a bit nice. Shouldn't have gone for coffee first. Should have gone and got myself actually looked myself in the mirror. How is everybody this morning? I am is the best way to describe it. And I've decided I am going to spend my next 2 hours streaming about the GitHub Actions. So let's get started, shall we? So, GitHub Actions is essentially GitHub's answer to a CI/CD functionality. So if you're not sure what that means, that's the ability to run testing for the part of the continuous integration, so build and testing, and CD is continuous delivery, so releasing and shipping your code. And I've moved. Well, I've got a PR sat waiting here. PR. Nope. Hear it. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I have a enhancement PR, definitely much in web, which my colleague put probably a good idea to look into actions, and he's, you know what, he's right. If you can do it, provide an option, don't just force an option upon them. So I'm going to put together a GitHub Actions integration. I haven't done this in a long while, so let's see how it goes, shall we? I am not digging this Christmas lo-fi. No, let's move on for the Christmas lo-fi, shall we? Back to the usual synthwave, I think. It's more like it. Oh, yes, that's definitely more like it. Okay, where are we? There we go. Make sure I have everything I need. Cool. Right, so we're in the library. Let's open up. I also believe that there was a merge to master on the actual primary on the master branch, so I should probably pull that in, because let's grab any changes to the master. No changes. Verbose. That would be the problem. I am only looking at my own local, or my own fork of it. So I should really correct that. Let's add the logs.io, call one as another remote, shall we? So git remote, add logs.io, git remote for both. Cool. So if I do git pull or no, git pull logs.io master, Sweet. So if I do git checkout, so we've got that code. Repo tooling, git merge. Actually, let's do git rebase. Rebase the master in. Cool. Yeah. Just do a git push. Origin repo tooling, just to make sure it's up to date. We are up. Get pull. Alright. Remember? See if this works. I always worry. Alright, pull requests. Let's go up to my pull request. Okay, so it's got it. No workflow. Intriguing. Let's kill that. LS. What? Whew. Must remember those flags. Like, all the work I'd done before had disappeared? You are kidding me? Okay, no, so it's all that. Cool. Alright, cool. But it's saying no workflow. How odd. Anyway, it's not a problem today. Today we are learning about actions. So, where do we get started, eh? Okay. Let's go into the app itself, see what it says. Explore. I don't know where I need to look. Because I know there's a thing, a place, a thing to... a location you can actually review all the existing GitHub Actions. Let's start with the easy one. We need a Node.js test runner. Good morning, Jake. How are you this, for me, exhausted day? GitHub Actions Node. Introduction, prerequisites. Alright, so we need to create a new folder. Don't know. You know those days where you wake up and it takes you energy to get the crap out of bed. That was today. Like, I didn't even try and make coffee today. I've just been out and bought it twice. Good thing there's a coffee shop literally around the corner or from my apartment. They do a decent oat milk latte as well. GitHub workflows. Sweet. Okay. Add the template to... What do you need to name the template as something specific? Or do you just add it? Seriously, what is with these follow bots? KF Boots, kiss my ass. I don't think I'm a family, all ages friendly streamer. Yeah, let's even stop that pretense. There we go. Let's fix that. There we go. I need to get an actual camera mount. So, thanks for the retweet, Jake. Okay, so let's copy this and just call it Node. Node tests. Hang on, it doesn't even say the naming convention of the file. Do you just drop it as the? Do you call it a YAML? Is it called anything special? So what do I do? For once, GitHub's documentation is kind of not great. I am surprised. Usually, yeah, they're better about this. I'm just going to call it node test.yaml. New file. Paste. Save. Crab off. Node tests.yml. Run build if present. Node matrix. Which needs to change because nobody in their right mind supports Node 8. And because 16 exists, let's give it a crack. Alright, so git diff, git status. So we're going to try adding our first workflow. So commit, add initial workflow, aka GitHub action. Let's see what happens when we do that. Should have a branch. Really, Mike? What do I do? He's not just about to win it. I've been keeping that. It's one of the things that's making me not sleep great at the moment. Well, regardless of what happens in the US, I still have to work. And he's only up by 917. If he was up by a couple of thousand, I'd feel better, but he's 917 with 20,000 or something votes left to count. Which is just not enough for me to exit Brown Alert, if you know what I mean. And for those of you too young to remember, Brown Alert is a reference to Kill what? It's now up over 1,000. What? The Guardian hasn't updated. And the Guardian is my source of truth. Okay, I feel we're getting further and further away from a squeaky bum moment, but I'm not gonna lie. My sphincter is tight. Decision desk. Oh. Okay. I stand corrected. He's still going to argue the toss about it, to be brutally fair. Because the vote, I believe they can count. They can get a recount if the margin is less than or equal to 1% of the voting ballots. So he's definitely going to throw that one in there. Only some states. Oh, I thought that was a federal law. Has anyone noticed, as British people, we're about as invested in this election as we were our own? Which is freaky and weird and wrong. Like, we should care, but not as much as our own election. Because 16 failed? Does it not have... Does GitHub not have Node 16 available? You don't really care what Nazis are bad for us. He's not a Nazi. He's definitely not a Nazi. A blithering idiot who's a fascist, yes, but not a Nazi. Just to be correct. Also, I just used blithering idiot, and I freaking love that. Oh, you've made me lose track now. Bollocks. Okay, cool. Default branch, 10, 14. Okay, so it's 10 and 14. They don't have... Alright, unless it's the free protein. Hang on, how are you two both following the politics and trying to be productive? Because my productivity for the last, 3 days has been shite. Okay, so it's not just me. The following it is kind of fucking with your... I'm really not, people-friendly today. You're not being productive at all. It's a good thing Dan isn't in that stream. Oh, Jake, before you hopped on the stream, I tried the Christmas lo-fi, and you know what? It's great, but the vibe isn't there for right now. So don't do it. It's not going to work out well for you. I was having a discussion this week. Soon, no. Oh yeah, the vibe will be great soon. Having a discussion this week and came to the conclusion Trump is going to be an arse and he's going to stay in the Oval Office. He's going to be as presidential as possible even after losing. Coming all the way up to January, he will essentially chain himself to his desk. Then the realization happened. The power isn't in the White House, it's in the office that it stands for. So Biden may, just not hedging my bet, I'm just being safe now, may be the president, and Trump is just going to be the crazy old orange dude in the Oval Office. The Oval Office, yeah. If he loses, he is going to lose the mantle of the president, regardless of what he's doing. He's just going to be another crusty old tax dodger. Okay, so that's the exact same article. And they don't have a 16. So they only follow... Hang on, does that mean they use any other short codes to represent version numbers? Because if GitHub uses some short codes, that may make life a lot easier. Don't you think? Well, to be fair, like every other law enforcement agency in America, they're probably foaming at the mouth from rabies and a huge amount of cynicism after dealing with 4 years of this. And yes, that means I'm probably never going to be allowed to go back into the States again. Ever. However, part of me is going, nah. GitHub hosted runners. Okay, Jim, you're going to have to fill that one in. Please drop links, because I have no idea, A, who Ian Coldwater is, and B, what the police in Minneapolis are doing. Okay. Cool. Code. Commit. Remove the node 16 version from the test matrix. I should highlight words in green. Let's push this back up, see what's going on. And let's get it on. Yeah, I know, it's disturbing. And they're setting up a police helicopter to circle around predominantly BAME areas of the city every night. It circles with no agenda for about 4 hours, 1 a.m. till 4 a.m. Okay, I can't tell if that's good or bad, because part of me's going, are they trying to institute some form of passive police state over BAME areas, or are they trying to provide extra security for the BAME areas? I'm not sure. Are they trying to help and be good people, or genuinely be the worst humans? I really can't tell with that. Let's see how this works. Right, so police state it is. Right, that makes more sense. Flippin' heck. If only this were the world of GTA. Everything could be sorted out with a cheat code, a rocket launcher, well, an RPG, and some aggression. Alright, I am not a politico. I don't give much monkeys about politics. Oh, he's a I stand massively corrected. He's a Kubernetes person, which is my problem because I am only just getting to know what the hell is going on with the Kubernetes world. Like, I'm new to this party. Hi. And that is not the most disturbing voice I've ever pulled. Oh, I should have removed that build step. It's not necessary. Hope this could be here a while. Yeah, version 1? No, version 14. Synthwave. No, I need a bit more energy. If I'm going to be keeping this up until 1 PM today. Ugh. There is not enough coffee on the planet to make today possible and survivable. Ooh! Bloody hell, that went from nothing to everything real quick. It's like, took 2 minutes. Oh, took 2 minutes to run the tests? Indeed. Now, what does this mean for my branch? Okay, so that appears to be all dandy. I do need to update the master on here because it's going to have a little bit of a Benny. Actually, no, let's just do it command line. So much easier on the command line. Get hammer, get my hiding, get push. Push it real good. Yeah, I know, I sound insane. Oh, Jim, do you and the better half have a car at this point? Because I'm going to make a suggestion for you if you do. Because if not, then don't do it. Because pandemic rules. But if you do have a car, you need to drive into the city. You do need to put that in the diary. I already have. I've already picked up my StreamYard and everything. And I'm going to do over the weekend. I'm going to try and do some design work for it. Okay. Get Jen to drive. Go into the city. And Burning Soul are doing £6 a litre for their growler pickups. That's right, kids. That's £3 a pint of Burning Soul, the good stuff. We do need a topic board. Don't need a topic board. The whole point is off topic. Oh, that's a point. We have a possible person, audience member who may be able to help validate the idea. I think I've sent the idea. Jake, running a podcast style stream next week with Jim. It's going to be the first of its kind. I'm going to be calling it Technology Off Topic, where we're going to be talking tech in no specific order and stuff. Thoughts? See what. Fine. Well, if there's any beer or anything you want, give me a shout and I shall send them via local transportation methods to you, because I'm personally going to try and single-handedly keep a couple of my favourite bars open so they're around afterwards. Oh, I need a topic board for when it goes. Hang on. The point of it being off topic is it's meant to go off the rails and be organic and have nice conversations. Isn't that what? I think. Really? But not. Okay. Actions. Ah, the PR won't pull it because it's not. Yeah. All right. This is my idea. It's not the Jump 24 show. I'll give them a little bit of a push, but not everything. No, well, the point is, it's about technology. It's off topic about technology. It's the reason why I want to invite Jake into one at some point to talk about. Well, to be brutally honest, I want to talk about the hell has been going on for the last few years in the hack space. And I want to invite John Kingsley to just talk about, well, anything that kid has, because everything he says is really smart or insane. The hack friends approach. Anything goes as long as it's within the right realm of thought. Build whatever the heck you like. As long as you do build something. Okay. Now, where's that repository of all the... Because a few more integration workflows. Is that what I'm after? No, I want an actual repository of this. I need a repository of this. I want to be able to, like, automate the flow. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. As long as it's a rough guide, I am 100% okay with that. Like, starter topics. Always a good thing to have some starter topics. But, like, I have this with the podcast I'm doing for work, which is... It has an issue every so often, in my opinion, which is because we want to talk about very specific structures, it feels like you're reading a script rather than having a conversation. Oh, for the love of God. Oh, that one's a good one. Does anybody know if there's a marketplace or something in GitHub for all their workflows? Because there's all the community and proprietary ones, like the coveralls one. My colleague pointed that out. Lugs. Pull requests. Or is it literally you just have to Google them and add those their workflow file? I don't get it. Yeah, this one. Coveralls. GitHub Action. Oh! I can see in the domain now there is a marketplace for it. Okay. Yeah. That is entirely a point of contention when it comes to what do hackathons get from being MLH based nowadays. Young hackathons, first or second time round events, they get a lot. They get a lot of support, especially in the student space where the organisers rotate quite regularly. Like, usually it'll be third years who get involved to do it, and then they're gone. So it's the second years taking up the mantle that have a clue, but not all the clues. So MLH works fantastically until it's established, and it's fantastic. The problem there is, after that, it's not that much in the way, because after a couple of events, most hackathons have built a small network of sponsors. They've learned how to manage venues and all that stuff. So all the core skills and that little support network to actually get it going is kind of already done. So it's not really needed. However, saying that, anyway, so that's my 2 cents on MLH. They're a great starting offer, and right now during the pandemic, they're also a great resource for managing remote, because they've been a relatively remote organization. I say relatively because they still were core to New York, so they've been great at helping organizations actually, do. Brain, what the hell? Yeah, so they've been pretty good for remote. Sorry, I was just reading that YAML. It's like, yeah, so they've been pretty good, but eventually it's, yeah, MLH is great for starting out, but I don't see its value with established at all. So yeah, that's my hot take. I also completely and utterly love the principle in which MLH was started. And I remember when Joe Nash and Tim Fogarty, when they were finishing their third year at Nottingham, decided to, you know what, we will make a direct competitor MLH in the hopes that they get us involved with it, because they aren't doing anything in Europe. So they invented Premier League hacking and got 4 events signed on board before MLH went, maybe we can work together. Which I think is absolutely flipping hilarious and brilliant. Workflow. Cool. So new file. Let's call it coveralls.yml. Paste. And that's my hot take. Moving on. I am, yeah, not a good. No, not great. 14 has the best test engine. 14. Make install. What we actually want is here. We'll remove that because it's kind of useless. We'll take those. Great. Move that here. Badoom. And then we're going to change that to run coverage. Because I've already got a script command coverage, which is running just with the coverage flag, which generates the lcov file, which oh, for the love of Hades, which coveralls needs. Cool, and that should work. And also, if we go with the GitHub Actions, I can delete the YML file. Jim, you're making me have conversations in 2 places at once whilst trying to concentrate on a third thing. Everything about this makes my head hurt. Stop. Yeah, git status. Git diff. Okay, git commit. Remove the build step as not required. git add, git commit, check the coverage, git push, origin repo tooling. Alright, so GitHub Actions appear to be really, really smooth and like simples. Like, I'm one step away from making a cheesy like shipples joke. And now that I know there's a goddamn marketplace for it, that's even better. So coveralls. No. If only I'd known this earlier. Which means I can also add code climate to this, which would be great. Ah, oh, hang on. Does code climate have one? Code climate. Okay, no, I don't want that. That is not what I want. I am a happy boy with these musics. Alright, let's go back to my repo version of it where I can actually see the actions. Check the coverage. It's using the name of the last commit. Okay, cool. And there's the coveralls one. Is it going to be job is in progress, no artifacts? There's the... Let's see what happens here. I'm very, very curious if this is actually going to work. Because I think it's quite important for young development teams. And the development team here that deals with these libraries is a very young team. I think it's very important to automate as much of the stuff as possible because you don't want them having to like go, oh nuts, I've forgotten X, Y, and Z. How do I? If it's it's automatic for them. All they have to do is go in and check what the automation says. It's so much easier, especially as it pretty much like takes them through all the problem steps. So I think it's quite important to automate, like senior engineer teaching junior engineers. Don't teach them how to do it manually. Teach them how to do the automation. Because the best bit is if it's automating that's there, they can learn from the automation on how to do something similar themselves. So I'm currently using this node library to build out a best practice example of like shipping all this code, so that our integrations team can learn how to deal with it. It worked! I find this intriguing. It worked. It appears to have worked. I'm going to say something ridiculous now, more ridiculous than I normally do, viewers. By the power of Grayskull. I actually worked first time. I'm not used to that. Yeah. Fantastic. It's even given me the badge for the repo specifically. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Commit message, check the coverage. Relevant lines covered. It's 95 point. Okay, so fantastic. This is a great start for dealing with the engineers, because I did notice this. Our testing library for this it's very complete, but it's completely positive testing. Now, if you've ever worked in open source libraries before, or shipping code that the client consumes, not a product or a finished thing like a website or something that the client integrates into theirs, you need as much much, like genuinely, as much negative testing as humanly possible, because I put money on it. Somebody's not going to read the docos. Hi, I'm one of these people who doesn't read the docos whenever they get a piece of code first. Try it and go, it's exploding. The problem is, if you don't know what the expected behavior is as the people who build it, you don't really know how to tell people where the problem is. You can't replicate it properly. So it's better if you test both the positives, so what you want it to do, what you believe the behavior of the code is going to be, but you also want to make sure that it's covering the negatives. So it's kind of TDD, but due to the fact that I can't flipping stand TDD, yeah, like here, we don't actually check that the protocol, we don't run the negative test, it appears. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, we this is why coveralls is great. Oh wow. Oh, okay, cool. I call that a win. Right. I have a feeling that there's some other tests and stuff I should be doing. So let's have a look at the Circle CI file I did, good lord, last week. Been that busy a week, I haven't been able to stream at all. Alex.js, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure this thing was covered for Alex. I don't want Alexa, I want Alex.js. Let's see if this is an Alex.js one. This appears to be a run Alex. It's review dog. Review dog provides a way to post review comments to code hosts such as by integrating your link tools. I'm not sure I like the idea of this. It's auto commenting. Yeah, it's running a whole bunch of standardized checks, etc., and then throwing the comments on your code. I'd have to check this independently. I don't like the idea of this. Note to self. Research review dog. Add that to my long list of note to self things. Yeah, review dog. That looks cool, but I don't like the idea of it enforcing behavior with auto commenting. Because the linters don't always get it right. Okay, but GitHub Action Alex.js. Aha! It appears the Alex project may have a file for it already, which would be fantastic. Integrations. Oh yeah. Use Alex chat language and post a comment on the pull request with the recommendation. Oh, fan dabby dozy. Comment on PR. Ooh. Oh, fantastic. You know what? Yeah. you know what? Yeah. I'm good with this. Let's roll in Alex, shall we? Okay, so we need Alex UYML. So for those of you who are not aware of what Alex is a check for insensitivity in language. So if actually I do want this to run elsewhere as well, so let's run it on all pushes and pull requests. What it does is it checks for insensitive language in any wording or whatnot used. The idea being it makes your code base more inclusive because the language doesn't feel oppressive to anybody. There are certain things that are a little bit awkward at the moment where terminology hasn't quite changed to match up with it. For example, there is a rule inside of retext, which is one of the rule sets that Alex uses for not using the word like hosts and hostesses as derogatory. But unfortunately, the word host is still really common as part of the URI specification, which is really, really difficult. Yeah, it's really, really great. It's kind of like spell check, but not being a jerk. Like, it will recommend other language to use. But the problem is, in the current state of the terminology we use in technology, it's not always 100%. So I have had to add some ignores. I think I've got an example of it in the README file here, which I didn't like have to add these ignores because I don't like having to use them. But here, so this is for a ignore because the use of the word fail is bad because it's implying the person is negative. However, this is a change request that's already gone through. It's a bad idea for me to change that because it's historic. Shouldn't change historics. You can't cancel the past. So accept it as is. And then I've got another one in here somewhere. Here we go. Ignore host hostesses. Because this is explaining the breakdown of a URI pattern where host is still the term that's used, I can't remove it. So I had to leave it in, which feels bad, but it works. Alex pointed out some negative language. Like, I believe it was in a previous, somewhere around here, it was trying to be friendly and nice, and it's like, oh, it's a really simple way of doing it. Simple is also a negative term because it's, can be considered derogatory. So, yeah. We've got Alex set up, I think. Let's see how this works. Right, because I've not used this action before. Git status. Git add. Git commit. Add Alex sensitivity check to the node library. To the lib. There we go. It also doesn't check the code, which is great because it's impossible to get away with certain terms in the code itself. It only checks text-based files. So by default, it checks .md, .wrts, stuff like that. Stuff that it can read as this is a glob of text. That's really, really good. I am IIS fan. Okay, here we go. So we have 3 recurring tests. Let's just reload that because it should come up. Alex recommends. Cool. Check. Oh. Cannot read property number of undefined. Request on. No new line. Okay. It'd be great to have the language check, but somehow I have clowned it. Okay, so the other tests are still ongoing and are working hunky-dory, but the Alex one is not. Workflow file. Is it going to flag? Why? Tune. Cannot read property number of undefined. Ah, it'll be that glob pattern. That's the problem. Ha ha ha! It's glob. Yeah, it's that glob pattern. Yeah, let's just remove all that. Commit. Remove additional flags. Push origin. A ripple, a tooling. See how that plays out. Aha! Setup job. Let's see if I haven't clowned up this. Hey, I have not. Son of a. Cannot read property of undefined. Cannot read number of undefined. And this was all going so well. Nuts. Right. Let us go back. Looks like we're using the review dog one. Because I'm getting the impression that this other one is borked. Let's see if there's any issues logged against it. Let's go and have a look at the actual repo itself. Issues. Toggle report and there were no issues. Intriguing. Okay. I'm using the pattern in the circle file. What's the pattern I'm using in the circle file? I am probably making a complete clown of it because I'm not doing it correctly for the circle file. Circle. This one works, and that one doesn't. That is not annoying at all. Wonder what's causing it. disliking this. Don't know what to do. Don't know what to do. I wonder if this has it got testing. Does it have an action to test itself? It does not. Irony. Pure irony. There's no changes to recommend. Right. Looks like we're changing to running on on this one I was trying to avoid. Yeah, looks like we're using Review Dog. Let's give it a crack. Name. Enjoy your meeting. I will probably still be here talking to myself by 1 o'clock. So, later, bud. Have fun. Alright, let's try this. Changing to a Review Dog. Good luck, thanks. You too. Enjoy your meetings. Okay. Git diff. Git commit and change to using the Review Dog implementation of Alex.js. See how that works. Oh. There we go. Oh, it's building image. It's building. It's alive. Oh, it's out. We're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. Ladies and gentlemen, we have stuff happening. Oh. Well, nuts to me. Has that worked? But according to this, it's worked. And see what the actual run result was. See what's going on. Okay, so running Review Dog is not pull request build. So anyone's in the pull request. Okay. But at least it's registering stuff. So when it's in the master, if there is a PR against the master later, then we're gravy. I think we may be gravy. Alright, so there's alternative levels. Let's have a look. So run Alex. Reporter. Okay, which one am I using? PR review. Change review. Okay, how about we get to run everything? Because why not? Boom. Get commit. Review. Dog on everything. I can't type today. Let's push that up, see what's going on. How are we doing? How are we doing? How are we doing? Let's see if I can pull a McConaughey. Also a phrase I'd never thought I'd say in my life. Review dog. Review dog on everything. Sequence was not expected. Ah, so you can only do one at a time. Let's try just on GitHub check then. Git commit change to GitHub check, because I think that should be everything. Git push origin a repo tooling. Yes, I am rolling my R's because yep, I sound insane. Is that good? Are we golden? Did that work? Did I break it all again? Didn't break it this time. Here we go. Let's get to the build step. Oh, that's coveralls. Do not need coveralls. It was the review dog. Here we go. Runner Alex. See what's going to go on. See what is happening. Cool. Oh. Need to buy a better desk chair. If anybody has recommendations on decent desk chairs, I would greatly appreciate them before my back pops out and decides to snap on itself. Okay. Post cleanup. That's not what I want. I want to review this. Ah. Now, does that mean the branch will now have any comments on it? Oh, lovely. Got a failed circle test. Let's see what's going on there. Let's just go and see what the logs.io repo is saying, shall we? Did it comment on this branch? Here's the question. It have not made comment, but it's still worked. Okay, I'll take that for now. I'll take it. Let's definitely, just for now, like, it works. What's going on? Cool. I've also noticed that we don't have any linting. So let's see if, what linting is it we're using in this repo? We're using ESLint. So let's check if there is an ESLint. Oh, by Sentry. Yeah, probably not a good idea if I'm working for the competitor to include their lint. just thinking. Files using your ESLint rules. It's free to run. It annotates the diffs of your pull request with error and warnings. Okay, that's not too bad. Oh, this one actually has stars that I like. You don't need this action. Oh. We can just run ESLint in our tests. Let's go with that. Let's add some linting to our test, shall we? Because we don't have any so far. So we've got the node test one. We're gonna just do. Well, yeah, you know what? Let's not name it because it's gonna be quite self-explanatory. Get diff. Get diff. Get commit. Add linting to the CI. I'm going to just check our old Travis file to see if it even did. It didn't even do that. Okay, not a fan of that Travis file. Not a fan of that Travis file at all. Right, let's go back to our action, see what's going on. So if we go, yeah, let's go back to my repo. Because my repo has the actual actions on it. Actions, there we are. Great, fantastic, fan-dabby-dozy. Let's have a look here. Open it up. Boom. What? What? Completed with... ESLint command not found. That means ESLint is not installed. Why is ESLint not installed? Are they... Okay then. npm I dev ESLint. Excellent. So if I do ESLint npm run lint, cool, that's not there. So let's take the command out of our file. Here we go. Let's remove that. Run yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Run npm run lint, and then we're going to change our package file to have another script, which is a linting script, which will be lint. We're just going to add to the end of that a... Oh, here we go. It'd be great if I could type. just going to add the linting to that. That way, if I go here, I do pm run lint, we now have a linter. Yep. Let's do git status. Oh, that's not a command. Git status. Git commit. Now, the question here is, do we want the PR to be do we want it to fail the test or just highlight them in? Because you can ignore the comments, but there's a force behavior. Let's go with the force behavior. Introduce linting as part of test suite. Git push origin repo. Cool. Now if we go back, also very quickly, I'm going to change this to be added to our no, let's not mess with that one. Go see what is happening inside of here. Okay, cool. So we have CI/CD, and it's failing. Why? Oh, why does one fail? Okay, it's failing because it is getting a whole bunch of errors. You know what? I'm just gonna run it. I'm just gonna run it. I feel bad. Feel real bad. It's not registered to any of the fixes. What's the other command for NVM? Is it NX? NPX. NPX. So NPX fix. If we check here, whole bunch of wee changes. Okay, interface is a reserved word. Alright, let's try that again. Right, let's remove the TS and TSX. Let's run it just there. cool. So I can change that in the package and remove it to just run on the JavaScript files, because we don't need it to run TypeScript because it's not a complete TypeScript library. Then definitions are just there to help, and I can't be bothered to organize it like that. You know, like, we're improving this library. I'm not making it do all the work for them. You're gonna have to do some. Just very quickly checking US election stuff. Still the same. We'll find out in about 5 hours, won't we? Yep. Omicron. Blah. Right. Oh. Blah. MPX. Logger is not defined. Okay. So let's go and fix these things manually, shall we? Example. 24. Line 24. Line 24. Quick fix. Yeah, okay. So I is equal to I plus 1. And then let's try node example. Make sure the thing still actually executes. Should particularly it's not valid. Response 401. Because it's running a live check. Let's do cancel npm test. Let's just see what happens. Oh, it's passing. Great. Still linting failed though. Cool. So it's fixed. I gotta fix that test file. Alright, okay, cool. So in the test file, this one, here we go. F on done. On done was used before it was defined. Function on done. Let's move that bad boy up here. Remove that white space. Check that those tests still run. Check, let's see how that linting feels. Okay then, that is much better. Logger was used before it was defined. Oh lord, this is going to be a long one. Line 142. And the logger was also defined beforehand. You're trying to check the logger. Right, undo this. Alright. Let's fix 159, because we can at least fix 159. Doing a quick break of this into some multi-line. There we go. Line 201. Let's double check it still runs. Now let's change this line. And npm test. Cool. So it's going to run some linting and then explode. Do not access has own property from target. Alright, let's try that 211, shall we? Logger is not defined. Let's try that. Oh, that fixed most of it. Okay, get calls, args. Okay, cool. Let's re-add a ESLint because I definitely told it to add as dev, which means it should have updated that package file. But it's not. Also getting that error, which is new. Okay, cool. Let's remove that. And this is when my Mac frees up. Trying to fix an error that's not directly associated with it. I will fix this. If it kills me. So the problem is there's a curvature on my... And this is why we require a camera with a mount. Okay. Right, well, so let's try this again. far as I can tell, it's still not installing. So let's do it the old-fashioned way. Save dev. Because that should put it into the dev dependencies, which is the bit I'm after. Git diff package. This is where we find out my Mac is going a little crazy. Now let's try that again. Right, you know what? It's an hour and a half. I think it's time for me to escape this void and get on with my day. So, thank you everybody for tuning in. Sorry I was late again this morning. I'm going to bash my head into a wall whilst I deal with Xcode, because I can't do anything productive until then. So, thank you everybody, and I will see you next time, sometime next week. Have fun, y'all.